Fire Station Gym.
No. The Station Gym.
The Station Gym. Say that.
Take two.
Phil, and he's the owner of the Station Gym. And the Station Gym is the fastest growing gym Sheffield has seen, I'd say, in the last few years or ever.
I wouldn't be able to say, but I know we're growing fast.
Looking at the landscape of Sheffield, I know there's been a big, obviously, Virgin's grown fast when it first opened, but apart from that, which had millions behind it, there's not been any other gym. Actually, in the independent space, there's no gym that can compete with the speed that you've grown in.
Right, well, that's always welcome to hear. We definitely didn't have millions behind us like Virgin Active, so.
But you've done amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So, like, what's been the mission? How did you start? Because the site, like you'll see in the footage, it's amazing. So, like, when I came a year ago, it was a construction
not so amazing.
So, like, what's been the mission? What's been driving you? Because you've been so driven and, like, you've got this optimistic nature.
Yes.
And that is your winning nature. So, what's got you to this point?
So obviously I used to have a bit of a backstreet gym, as you know it. It's a strength orientated gym because I used to be England's strongest man 2017. I've toured all around the world doing strongman and stuff like that. And then when you get a bit older, you realise you're getting a lot of injuries and stuff. This ain't gonna last forever. That small business, and then I had a couple of security firms that I ran, and I realised my passion was definitely the gym. And then it changed a little bit. I found my faith. And basically then went into serving other people. So my drive, instead of putting myself forward, was trying to help as many people as possible, because you know me from a long time back and I was a relatively selfish character. I could never do any wrong in my own eyes. But now it's all changed, and so what I did is I met up with another chap that I met, got the same faith as me, and we basically said, let's do a big gym, a massive gym in Sheffield. So I think we're currently the largest independent gym in Sheffield. We saw this building, so it was a derelict building. It's been derelict for 8 years before we took it on. So it looked like it had been derelict for 8 years. You imagine, I've got some pictures of it, and you came, husband came when it was a building site. So what we had to do is we had to strip the whole thing out. We had to strip the whole thing out, and then the thing is, the blessing that is, it's hard work, but the blessing that it was, is that we could sculpt it into exactly how we wanted it. So we got heads together and decided what would be the best way to do it, and we came up with a new concept, or it's new in my eyes. There's probably other gyms that have done it, but we figured we're going to have a gym that is absolutely welcome for everyone. It's not particularly especially for strength, but we provide strength facilities. It's not particularly for bodybuilders, but we provide bodybuilder facilities. It's not particularly for more infirm people that are coming after surgery and injuries and stuff, but we've got the slower pace. It's not particularly for people who like the commercial gyms, high-tech stuff, but we provide all that. And I believe with the kit that we've got in the upstairs, so what we've done there is we've separated the gyms off. So we've got the strength stuff downstairs. I think it's like the most high-tech gym in Sheffield, the most up-to-date equipment, because it's all brand new, and we've gone for the top spec matrix stuff that you can get. And then a very short period of time soon, we're going to have a massive strength and conditioning. So it's 2,200 square foot outside gym that will be it's half undercover, half exposed, because if we're going to have summers like we have done this last couple of years, we're going to utilize that. So people are going to be able to come and train outside as well. So it caters for pretty much everyone's need. And like I said, if you want a real specialist gym, there are better gyms than us for that. We don't turn anyone away. We have kids classes that are from 0 years old. We also have, I think our eldest member is 90 years old. So we've got a spectrum from 0 to 90 years old. There's not many other gyms that do that, especially not the independents anyway. Yeah.
And like, you've got this community feel inside.
Yes.
So when I went in, right now there's is it Strongman?
Strong Saturdays.
Strong Saturdays.
Strong Saturdays.
So this class is going on, and I was looking at the different people who joined that class. I don't look like anyone from the Strongman community, and they're all taking part in this class.
Yes.
So how have you got this buy-in from general population to buy into your passion?
Oh, that's a very good question. Tom and I and Pierce, who are the directors, we've just decided to be brutally honest. Honesty is key. We've got our goals and aspirations and dreams, and we're just letting other people know that we want the best for people. They love the idea, they love the experience, and at the moment we're getting between 3 to 5 brand new members every single day that sign up for a month or more.
Just constantly compounding, and you're getting more and more members, because if 3 to 5 people join, the next day those 3 to 5 people will tell another 3 to 5 people, and then it just starts to compound.
Well, that's hopefully the plan. Obviously, we don't know that it's going to be consistently grow like this, but all I can promise to the customers, and I make it very clear to them, the day that they come in is the worst it's going to be. Forever improving. So it's only going to get better, which is obviously good for member retention. And I've fulfilled all my promises. We've just got an extra 10 pieces of kit upstairs since we began, because obviously initially we couldn't afford it. But now, as soon as we get money in, it's about, right, let's pump some money back into the business.
And I think what really works for this gym is, I speak to a lot of gym owners, and they're always talking about how much they can take away from the business. And I'm going to walk away with this much revenue. But what you're saying is, everything that we're making, we're putting back in.
Yes.
And everything's about serving and giving.
Yes.
And when you think in that mindset, you actually build something far bigger, because people knew that you're there for a giving nature.
Making sure that we have the right motivation, so our motivations are right, and then people cotton on to this, and the other good things come, so the finances come. So I'm expected this year that we won't make much of a profit, because we're changing and reinvesting so much into the business. But it means that won't need to be done the next year or the year after. So then we've got to a position where we're actually content, and we'll always be forever improving, but significant improvements this year, because we couldn't afford to do it all at the start, because we didn't have the £1 million backing. It's all about how long-sighted your vision is. Yeah. Some people can't see past the end of the nose, which obviously a lot of the time businesses fail, because they go for the short-term gain instead of the holding back, providing a good service, and then the money will just come. But if it's very hard, if your motivation is not that, if your motivation is just to take money, then it's very hard to be long-sighted, because you're always, I need to get it, I want to get it, I want to get it. So if you want to take money away from it, then it stops you being able to provide a better thing. And obviously, customers in the gym world, they like to see growth. They like to see that their funds aren't just going to fuel your Ferrari or anything like that. They want to see, well, I know I'm paying for a service, but whether they admit it or not, in the back of their minds, they're always thinking, I'm paying for this. So it's like, when they see progress, they really feel satisfied that their money is being well spent and is being looked after.
I call it selling with kindness.
Right, I like that.
Selling with kindness. People know exactly why you're doing what you do.
Yeah.
And they're willing to part with their hard-earned money.
Yes.
To put it in your pocket, so you can go towards building them.
Exactly.
Getting them towards their goals.
Yes, exactly. And we're getting to the point now where the only suggestions we have are stuff like, we could do with an extra water fountain, or we could do with an extra mirror somewhere. And I'm like, if that's all they're complaining about, I'll get it done in due course, but it's like, good. It's not like they're whinging about kits that have been broken, or members acting up, or something that we're lacking massively. I'm content with those sort of complaints.
I want to get a little gym tour from you. Obviously, I want to see some of your kit, but what I need to focus on is some of the amazing pictures.
Oh, right, the pictures out
here.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk through these pictures, because they look amazing.
Yeah, so this was in 2019. I was just getting ready for my final appearance at UK's Strongest Man, but this is the state of the back. So what you can see, we'll go into the main building here. We took that wall out, we built an extension out here, we put the roof on, we did that ourselves. And it doesn't leak, so we're done all right there. And then I'm stood where the outside gym will be, looking in. But that was 2019, but then COVID hit, so we had to put everything.
Did you get the building then? Did you get the building in 2019?
No. Thankfully, we stopped before, obviously when lockdown happened, it's like, whoa, put the brakes on, let's see what happens here. So we got the okay, because we had to put the planning permission in first, to check that they're going to accept it. And that was in 2021. Okay, and then planning permission took about 18 weeks.
So the time period between the idea to the first member joining is
4
years?
No, well, the idea.
Yeah, 2019.
Yes, it will be. Yeah.
That gratification of constantly working on something long term.
Yes.
Amazing. When you think of it like that, 4 years from idea to first member.
Yeah. It's taught me patience.
Yeah.
I've learned patience.
A lot of patience.
So this is an image of what it was like in the first couple of months. So we got the keys handed to us at the end of February 2022. Okay, so it took agreements through everything in planning and all that sort of legal stuff, it took nearly 14 months in the making. So from when we said, right, we're going to have it. But things take long. Yeah. Things take long. Buildings are quicker than paperwork, apparently, these days. That's just the way life is. So this is a view. This will be where we're looking here is in the high-tech gym. So the upper level, looking down. But obviously, what we did is we took this floating ceiling down. We made a whole mezzanine level, and that wall we knocked down and put there. So,
did you get advice on how to start and how to do all this building?
We got an architect.
Okay.
But then we just got some sledgehammers and cracked on.
They'll do the work for you.
Sorry?
They'll give you some ideas on structure and stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna do all the work.
Yes. So basically, everything in this build, if it's been medium to low level of skilled labour, we've done it ourselves. The higher skill stuff, like the mezzanine steels and stuff like that, we've got the proper contractors in, because you get that wrong, people get squished.
Yeah. That's a picture of the three main of the business.
So that's myself smiling, Tom smiling, Pierce smiling, and that's our steel worker. And so basically, from the last photo, this is on the opposite side, looking up. You see the ceilings coming down. So we were smiling. There's been not just smiles, I'll be honest. There's been tears, sweat, blood, everything, everything. And
what other pictures have you got that you think are worth noting here?
I can show you the external. So the external of what it looked like originally. So like I said, it looks like it had been derelict. So what had happened here is we've got the graffiti on it, and we tried taking all the graffiti off, scrubbing it off. You know what? It just didn't work, because what you got was you scrubbed that off and you just had some clear bricks. So I thought, I'm either going to clear all the bricks, or it just looks like graffiti's been scrubbed off. So I took it upon myself to paint every single brick by hand with a brush at this far side of the building. As you can see, that's part of the way through. And I painted the whole tower, which is a relatively terrifying experience in the wind up in a cherry picker. It's like 60, 70 foot high. But I conquered my fear of being up a cherry picker. So, yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic.
We were talking about all like the skills you have to constantly stack to build a business. And getting members to the door is one skill. So like my natural skill might be sales or sales training, coaching, membership. But all the other skills that you have to know to build this painting, the construction work.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be managing staff, leadership. So think of all the skills you have to constantly stack to build this amazing gym.
Yeah, but it's good to learn. It's painful sometimes to learn, but it's good to learn. And I put this on as a bit of a joke for health and safety. We've got past it now to paint some of the awkward parts. Okay, so for anyone who's health and safety related, that was only posed for a photo.
You know, after speaking to you now, it seems as though this gym is an extension of all the character development that you've gone through.
I like that,
So
yeah.
Everything that you've... Because when I think of like 2019 when you started in that picture, and I remember you had that injury.
Yes, big injury.
Now, the character development, all the skills that you've had to constantly learn, this is an extension of that.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah. I've never thought of it like that. Yeah, that's quite gratifying, yeah. And then, obviously, like I said, just a little trophy. That was me, England's strongest man, and a few other ones around there as well. But to be honest, they're just objects to me now. Nice experiences, good experiences, but the most important thing is helping all the other guys achieve what they want to achieve.
I do think it provides authority when you are speaking to someone about...
Yeah, I've been there and done it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that means that holds a lot of weight as well.
Some people still don't listen. It was built in 1963, so it looked 60 years old, okay? So you can imagine all the concrete's wrecked and asphalt's been dinted and stuff like that. So we just said, scrap it. Let's just put a whole layer of asphalt on top of it. And what we're gonna have is basically 2,200 square foot of strength and conditioning. Strength and conditioning, there's going to be lots of, well, things like yoke and farmer's walk, deadlift platforms, monkey bars. There's going to be humongous customised rig, and we've got plans for that in the next 8 weeks, hopefully we're going to get that done. So fingers crossed for us.
That's perfect for that, the calisthenics community.
Yeah.
Because there is a big following for that, isn't there?
Yes, there's a big following, and again, it provides, we provide a gym that is for absolutely everyone there.
Like I say, if people want to do CrossFit, then they're probably a bit more specialist, but if they just want to give a go at it, then there isn't going to be much better. And there's nowhere else in Sheffield that you can train outside. And if we're going to have these really nice hot summers, then it's a matter of let's utilise them. Let's not whinge and moan about it, let's just actually use it to our advantage.
So what's the plan out here? What's the layout going to be?
So here is going to be a humongous rig. So that's going to be 4 meters tall with the usual. You can have squat, bench press, the hoops that are there. There's going to be some of those, monkey bars, and then underneath there's going to be deadlift platforms and plyo boxes, things that basically need to be kept under the weather. There's going to be assault bikes, rowers, anything that you'd use in sort of strength and conditioning. And then we're going to have an AstroTurf just down here. So it's a 20 meter AstroTurf that goes down here. And hopefully, if we get some nice Saturdays, we're going to do a barbecue out here, maybe get a DJ every so often, and just basically make it a good experience for everyone, an exciting experience for everyone. So, yeah.
I'll be back to the barbecue.
Yeah.